For some, the holiday season is not so merry and bright, especially if you're grieving the loss of a loved one. Author Brooke McDowell joins us to share more on her own journey and how she hopes to help others. Hey, Brooke.
Hey, Brooke.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you share what led you to write this workbook?
Absolutely. So on October 29th, 2020, I lost my mother, who was also my best friend and soulmate. I had been her caregiver in my home for about 6 years, and she was just the best part of me. And so losing her sent me into a frenzy, obviously, and I needed to figure out how to navigate this new normal. So as I started getting into the throes of my journey, very early on, I was having a hard time communicating how I was feeling without scaring everybody that loved me, right? They were, how can we help? What can we do? So I started writing down like my inner thoughts. I also started seeing a therapist who like helped me navigate those first few stages of grief. And then over the next several months, it kind of shaped up to be something, and I'm like, okay, maybe I have a chapter, and maybe I can share this with somebody else that's going through it. So that's kind of how it was inspired and came together.
Yeah. And as you were processing your own grief there, were there tools that you found that helped you?
100%. The first one was talking to a therapist. I knew this would be a huge life change immediately for me. Change within my home, my routine, how I lived and processed information about who I was, because that part of me was gone. I didn't have anybody to care for anymore. And so seeing a therapist early on really helped me know that the feelings that I was feeling were not inappropriate, that everybody's grief journey is completely different. And however I chose to grieve my loss was acceptable and normal and healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the workbook, you have prompts for people to kind of write down maybe what they're experiencing at the time. How did you come up with those prompts in that notebook? Is this something that you developed as you were working through your own journey?
Absolutely, 100%. So it's just questions that I found myself doing, like, and wanting to hold on to that person's memory. That's always the biggest fear, right? You want to hold on to those details. So some of the prompts are like, what is the secret, a secret that was shared between you two, or what was their favorite show before they passed away? Just memorializing that time, because in a minute, it's already been 2 years now, and some of the shows that she loves are already off air, so I just think it's nice to document those things, and you can reflect on them at a later time.
Yeah. What's something you would say to someone, Brooke, who's on their own journey of grief, especially now during the holidays?
100%. Give yourself permission to grieve. Give yourself permission to participate in activities if you want to, or not participate, in either of those ways are fine. Also, I would encourage anybody to incorporate them. One of the things, we always look at that seat or the table setting that's missing. Just do anything to remember them, right? So light a candle, put an ornament on the tree, and then remember it. Something small that you can, incorporate them into your day if you choose to.
Sure.
And then finally, I would say pre-plan. The day is coming. It's coming in, a week from now. Go ahead and pre-plan. Schedule in you 40 minutes to sit in the bed and cry, or to have your favorite breakfast, or to shut off your phone. So make a plan. It's only 24 hours. You can get through it. But those are the things that I would encourage people to do.
Yeah.
Brooke, thank you so much for sharing your journey and your story with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.